friends, thanks for clicking the dreaded E-Rose report. All right, let's get some of this out of the way. I think this is a first. WWE announced a steel stairs match between Eric Rowan and Big Show for the TLC pay-per-view. Anyway, here's the card. Tables match, John Cena taking on Seth Rollins. If Cena loses, he's no longer #1 contender. But he'll be back to #1 contender sooner or later, quickly, knowing him. Tables, ladders, and chair match is going to be Bray Wyatt taking on Dean Ambrose, and WWE Tag Team title match is going to be Usos taking on Damien Sandow and The Miz. Dow. Chairs match is going to be Kane and Ryback. Steel stairs match, Eric Rowan and Big Show. I was wondering when they were going to come up with something like that, because they've been throwing them chairs around big time. And boy, he got a nice little gash on top of his head, didn't he, when the steel stairs fell on his bald head? Alright, go. By the way, been mentioning for a while the rundown of when Lesnar is going to be at the next time he's going to be on TV. Well, they have already pulled him on the first date due to creative changes. Anyway, the new plan is for him to return to December 15th episode, where he begins the build-up to 2015 Royal Rumble. And I think the show he was going to be on is going to be the SLAMMIES or something. And probably not a good mix there, I guess. His big return and SLAMMIES. The UK Independent reports that The Rock is in talks to do a demagogue in a upcoming Disney movie of Moa, something like that. I'm not familiar with that. Anyway, The Rock has been rumored to play a role of Maui, know that, from years ago, who helps a young girl on her ocean venture of search of a fabled island, and no deal's been reached yet, and Rock hasn't confirmed anything yet. He can't do that until the deal's reached, but he's up and running for it. You think he's going to have to work out to be the voice? The official synopsis reads like this. It says, in an ancient South Pacific world of Oceania, Moana, a born navigator, sets sail in search of a fabled island. During her incredible journey, she teams up with her hero, legendary Maui, to traverse the open sea on an action-packed voyage, entering enormous sea creatures, breathtaking underworlds, and ancient folklore. Hey, I love the Seventh Voyage, the Sinbad movies. The Seventh Voyage of Sinbad, and this. Those things were great. I forget the first one. Anyway, WWE Network's going to be airing the best of several Slammy Awards specials this week. And Chris Jericho's next Friday's episode of Talk is Jericho will be NXT champion Adrian Neville and Sami Zayn, which we've seen tag team together, I think, a month ago, and they got us on it, but then they let them go. They're back down south again. Bring them up. We'd like to see some more tag teams, especially the way they carry on. Santino Marella to reveal on Twitter that this, I think it was yesterday morning now, that he's going to be guest general manager on Friday's SmackDown. He also announced Dolph Ziggler versus Luke Harper in a ladders match for the IC title at TLC. Santino tweeted, said, "This week I run SmackDown. I want to impress the boss, so I made up a ladders match with Ziggler and Harper for the IC title." WWE Diva Summer Rae recently spoke with the Greenville Mixer, which I guess is a newspaper or something. Anyway, that she was promoting this next week's Raw. One of the highlights, or two of the highlights, was growing up watching wrestling. She said, "I always loved wrestling. Honestly, I never thought it would be within my reach. I always loved it, all this stuff." Anyway, and then she talked about working with lingerie football, which I need to look into. She said it's a full contact sport, 7-on-7 arena with little or no pads. I was getting rammed and pushed into the wall, spending 3 or 4 days at practice. After about 2 years of this, she says, I kind of said, if I'm going to spend this much time doing this, why not go after what I love, especially if, since I'm risking my body anyway doing this. So she went into wrestling. Pre-sale, by the way, if you're going to go to it's the show after WrestleMania, the post Raw, I guess you want to call it. Anyway, March 30th, WWE Raw is going to be in San Jose. The key word, the password, the pre-sale word is San Jose. Stars being advertised for that show is going to be Lesnar, Cena, Reigns, Roman, the usual suspect. Nobody out of the ordinary. But pre-sale is going on right now. WWE did a stretcher job on Dean Ambrose at last night's SmackDown taping in Oklahoma City. WWE really rarely does stretcher matches unless the talent's actually really injured anymore and being written off TV for a while. But kind of noticed about Ambrose being injured. It's possible that this is an angle to make him stronger for the match against Bray Wyatt at TLC. Ambrose, by the way, was scheduled to face the United States champion Rusev in a non-title match, but didn't happen. Ambrose ended up getting attacked on the ramp by Wyatt. Wyatt ended up beating Ambrose down with a steel chair and steel steps. And WWE trainers came out, checked on Ambrose before putting him in the neck brace and stretchering him out. Michael Cole. Anyway, one of the people, the fans that was there watching it, they said he was trying to get up off of the stretcher and get back into the ring and wrestle, but they kept holding him back. So, he's tough. Michael Cole announced on the main event last night that SLAMMIES Award categories will be released noon tomorrow through WWE various social media platforms and their website and text messages services. Nominees will then be revealed on Saturday. I'll let you know more on that tomorrow. And happy birthday to one-time ECW champion, super crazy, and he's okay crazy right now. 41 years old, former WCWA Tag Team Champion Steve Simpson, 51 years old, and isn't Steve Simpson the name just the intriguing, viral, just makes you, I don't know, I guess that must be his real name. I don't know anybody that would say, I want that name so I can be just a monster. Well, what do I know? Thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.